Hello, hello, hello. I have not been here in a minute, and it is very good to be back. My name is Reema, for anyone watching. I'm a UX designer, and let's yap a bit. I feel like yapping about my favorite keyboard, my Nomad E, and also any other keyboards you guys want to know about for Work Louder. This will function as generally an Ask Me Anything sort of thing. You can ask me about UX design, you can ask me about the keyboards that we offer. I'll try not to let you get blinded by the sunlight coming through my window, but, you know. Ain't she a beauty? Feel free to drop any questions you have down below. If you maybe have already ordered something, maybe you were really up in one of Mike's streams and you were like, you know what, I'm going to comp something. Please let me know. Drop your order number in the chat so we can get you a little free gift. I mean, we love giving out free things here. And if you see something you like, and you want to buy on stream, you can ask questions about it. If you're hesitant, that's what most people use these streams for. Usually when they're, a little bit on the, like, I want it, but I don't know if it's that, like, there's lots of hype around things, and it's completely fair. But in this neck of the woods, we live up to the hype. So I'm here to answer any and all questions that you have. Trust. Let us open up. Specifically, we even have like a little fun. I might hide for a little while. We even had a little fun if you're wondering about like XYZ boards. A little update on 3D printing. We have also, we can just drool over various products that are pre-order or are shipping now, like the Knob 1. But they're very limited, so get yours while you can. Where's my share screen? I feel like drooling over the Framer Micro because I yearn for her. I'm waiting for her to come to my door. Where is my screen share? Oh, already have an order number. Wow. Thank you very much. I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but Joe Nod J. Lee. I hope I got that right. What'd you order if you don't mind me asking? Let me know. Let's kiki about it. Maybe we're twinning. Maybe we're twins. Maybe you have a Nomad like me. I have a Nomad E, version 1. Maybe you have a Framer Micro. Maybe you have you ordered one of the new ones. Let me know. Let's kiki about it. 22292. Nice. Also, to anyone who orders like live on stream, you can ask us. The leg up that you have of like ordering live while we're chatting is that you can ask us like, hey, for my little free gift, I want this. So that's nice. XYZ board R1 and looking forward to it. Dude, I'm so psyched for those. They're like, I don't think we anticipated so many people loving them as much as they did or being so excited about them as much as they were. But people kind of ate it up really like a lot. And I don't know why we didn't think it would be as big, but I guess we were just like being conservative in our hopes. You never want to get your hopes too high. But people are really enjoying them. And I hope you enjoy yours. Did you get the Lego set or did you get the pre-built? Meanwhile, I wait for that answer. I'm going to try and screen share with the Work Louder website. Because this light is kind of getting to me, I'm not going to lie. Screen capture. Lego set. That's going to make for a fun afternoon. In my opinion, it's going to make for a great afternoon. I mean, come on. You get the gratification of looking at this keyboard that you made when you're done. You get the actual, well, first of all, every keyboard I've ever built, this is just me just making it off the top of my head of what I think it would feel like. It's either been built for me or I just bought them pre-built. So I'm kind of quite excited to build an XYZ on stream because, well, it sounds like a fun-ass afternoon. But I have so much fun just using my Nomad by itself. Imagine all that fun plus the nice hard-won feeling of building it yourself. I'd feel like Rosie Riveter. Anyways, work louder. CC. I should probably already have that open. Lego set. Oh, from Joe's 93JM. Welcome, guys. Another Lego set of the XYZ board. Thank you. We appreciate it. 22667 Love it. What made you guys want to try the XYZ board? Have you been like, do you have other work louder stuff? Were you looking to try maybe like a 40% keyboard? Like, what really put you into it? I wanted to, the reason I'm going to build one is because I just always wanted to build a keyboard, and I think the whole ortholinear thing is supposed to be good if you have like carpal tunnel, which I do. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's drool over her a little bit. Come on, isn't she a beauty? So this is the R2. I can't believe we're already on the R2. That's kind of insane. Wild. It looks very sleek. I remember the very first version had a couple of differences. Mainly being the bumpers being like, not bumpers, but like the little, like washers being yellow, the knob being yellow, and then this wasn't here. And like some just very slight tweaks. This is why I love design. It's very, especially as it's executed here at Work Louder. Oh my God. Done so well. Between Mike and Mattia knows what he's doing. I love, the design is so intentional, so thoughtful. It's so beautiful. There's nothing about the experience of shopping for or owning a Work Louder product that is a bad experience. It's all great. And it's all so beautiful and functional and lovely. From Jovan Stankovic. I hope I said that right. Jovan? I'm sorry. On TikTok. If you made an anodized aluminum case, I would buy instantly. For the XYZ, we do have some non-3D printed boards that you can take a look at. But the XYZ is kind of, I guess, the idea behind it. Well, not I guess. I know. The idea behind it is like making it a little bit more accessible and affordable, and the 3D printed frame really does that. So, hi Dave. How's it going? How are you? You came back. Are you back from vacation already? For anyone that doesn't know, Dave is one of our streamers, and I think he just went on a very fun vacation, but I'm not too sure. I've been kind of head down in school. Does the R2 work with input? I don't think that the XYZ boards, I don't think that they work with input. No. Oh, wait, I'm a liar. I am a fucking liar. The very first one was not, but look at that. You see that right there? See that? This is a big change, guys. Oh my God, it does. Okay, I've been taking a hiatus from streaming, so I missed that update, but you heard it here live, folks. The XYZ R2 is compatible with input, which is so great for this price. Come on. It's very good. You get to program it in a very easy app. For those of you who might not know what input is, we'll go over it later, but that's actually like insane, because the very first version, we were just kind of testing it out. We were seeing what it did, and it was like a limited batch of 10 keyboards, I think. And it was only VIA compatible, which I understand. You're trying to put it together, quickly and cheap and like afford, English, in an affordable way for everyone to like be able to access it. But now that it's input compatible, there's nothing stopping me. I think you have to, Dave. If you haven't already, I think you have to. Come on. And the R2 with the little with the pure button and then the white knob, that's so clean. I feel like it would go very well with your setup. With the micro you already have, with the bezel. Oh, come on. You have to do it. It's pretty fire. For those of you who are wondering, Input is our custom software that makes it a lot easier to program any of our keyboards. It's only compatible with our keyboards, but I mean, we like it that way. So let me open Input and give you a little bit of a show. I can't minimize it fully to, like, that's the one thing, is the aspect ratio has to stay kind of wide, so we're just gonna ignore that for a moment. There we go. So, like, this is, I don't know why I have one slide. Oh, I was, like, demoing. So this is Input. There's a new version. Okay, I'll download that when I'm not doing this. I think Input is absolutely fantastic. It's actually what brought me into the fold here at Work Louder. I helped them do a little bit of UX research on how to make it better when we first launched it back in November. And it is so easy to use. For example, let's say you want to, and this is now for the XYZ, the Nomad 1 and 2, the Knob. It is official, guys. Every keyboard that we're selling is compatible, and that's pretty fire. SNL or SXNNL. I'm sorry, English. I can't even read. How can I get the app or the keyboard? Because the way to get the app, I mean, it's on our website, but it would be kind of useless without the keyboard. So just let me know. And which keyboard are you thinking about? We have the XYZ, which is now officially compatible with Input. What a win. If I need one of those, like, sound mixers where I can just press a button and it just starts the cheering sound, kind of like on our iCarly. Like, come on. The keyboard, if you go on our website, for the low price of $89, come on. You can get a Lego style kit for $9 more. You can get it pre-built. Oh wait, nope, not 9 more. For $114. Sorry. For $114, you can get it pre-built. Which, isn't she so gorgeous? So gorgeous. Oh my god. It's good to be back, guys. I love a yapping moment. I love to yap. And then for $89, which is honestly kind of a steal. I would just, like, you get a fun afternoon and a discount. Come on. Go for it. I have no idea why someone just wrote hashtag PS5 in the chat, but love you though. What is special about these? Are they like custom keyboards? So I'll tell you what, Dave is right. It has to be the Lego style. Come on. Harmonizer Photographer on Instagram asked what's special about these. Are they like custom keyboards? So this is our XYZ work board. It's a 40% keyboard, and you can get it either Lego style or pre-built, so you can have a fun-ass afternoon with it. Or you can just get right to work as soon as it gets to your house, and we can do all the heavy lifting for you. But the special thing about this is that, unlike other programmable keyboards, I think, that are a little bit more challenging to use in VIA, or maybe they are staggered layout, or maybe they are, any sorts of things. This one is really meant to be accessible to as many people as possible. We wanted to make it a really high quality, but still price accessible keyboard. So the frame, we actually 3D print in-house. I can show you. Check that out. Watch us make some of your keyboards while I yap about the keyboard. Anyways, the fact that it's a 40% and it's an ortholinear layout is meant to be actually quite good for you, in order to avoid, like, flaring at the wrists when you're typing. So it's also better for gaming, I've heard, but I'm not a PC gamer, so I can't corroborate that statement for sure. But I believe them when they say it. It's also very easily programmable, which is why I was talking about Input earlier. You can map this to be whatever you like. You'll get a blind key set, and you can map it to be Korean for all I know. Or you can map it to be English, French. You could map various shortcuts very easily, and this is why I really enjoy Input, is because so I'm going to show you on my Nomad E. It's a good, basically, it's a really good, affordable, programmable keyboard that is really high quality. And it has its own custom software, so you don't have to worry about VIA and using QMK and, goodbye gang signs, right, when you're typing. So let me show you some of my multi-actions. That's a lot of multi-actions, and I don't, yeah. Anyways, for example, I do a lot of, like, typing in class. I have a regular typing layer, and then I also have a Figma layer. So I have different shortcuts for different things. Will on TikTok says, is the Figma microcontroller ever coming back? No, that was a limited launch. Oh, they've already answered that for me. But the Framer Micro, which we'll get into in a little bit, is our next launch up. So if you want to know, like, for example, you can do multi-actions, which I really like. So one press of your keyboard button does one thing. Two presses does another. A tap and hold does something else. So if I want to edit this, I just have, for when I'm writing papers a lot, I have this going. So bold, italic, underline, and then this one I want to make strike through. So you know what? I'm going to demo how freaking easy it is to do a strike through. Okay. Girl, you're... Nope. Clips and modifiers. No. Why would I click media keys? Hello. See, this is kind of in my way right now, and I don't want to update it right in front of everyone because it'll take a while, but you understand what I'm getting into. I can also just go back into basics, action, sorry. Make an action here for, you know what, we're gonna do that. Because it's, what, Command S or Command Shift S or something. Very easy. So I'll do Command Shift S. And then I'll stop recording. And then I'll call it It's exactly like that. You're getting it completely right. Harmonizer photography. Should I just call you Harmonizer? I'm just going to say Harmonizer. But we're going to save and exit. And then I'm going to go back to my multis, edit. And then on tap and hold, I'm going to put in my actions that I've already made, strike through. And then save and exit. And now my layout is updated. And it can do it via Bluetooth on the Nomad. Can you like half press and full press and stuff? No, it's not half press and full press. It's more like what we have going is a tab system. So a single tap, so a single press, a double press, holding it down, and it tells you like here, holding 1 second to perform the assigned function versus tapping is, set to 250 milliseconds, which I like that they're clear about that. Yeah, so it's on hold and tap and hold, and then you have a bunch of buttons you can do that for. But now you can do that with the XYZ board, which is kind of freaking fire. Actually, very fire. Thinking of getting one, to be fair. This is definitely in the running, top 3 at the moment. Please tell me the other ones that are in the running, and I will debunk them or something. I'll convince you to get one on stream. Plus, if you get one on stream, you'll get a free gift, and you can choose what it is off our website. So I'm gonna close the 3D printer for now. Tell me what it is. We can have discourse right here. Drop it in the comments. But yeah. So this is kind of like inspired by our creator board. I've forgotten them. If that ain't the truth, if that's not me, I get you. So the reason we kind of started this, if you want a little bit more background, is we got another user, Jamia ZXD. Hi there. Thank you for joining. I love it when people say hi. Just let me know that you're here, guys. If you've ever been here if you've been here long enough, you know the creator board. You remember this bad boy. And at the inception of the XYZ, we actually had quite a few extra PCBs, and we had a lot of people asking if there was going to be a more affordable version of our keyboards being available. And then an idea was born to, instead of throwing them all away and creating a lot of e-waste, to reuse them. Or not reuse, but actually use them because we had extras. And that's kind of how this was born. 3D print the frame, keep the high quality PCB, keep all the high quality, keep the software that, powers it, give a really nice typing experience, and then a Type-C daughter board, and you're cooking with gas. I mean, come on. I need the R1, please restock, from Han Nguyen. I think that's how you say that. Nguyen on TikTok. Actually, I have better news for you. We have the R2 now. And the R2, unlike previous versions, is completely compatible with our software input, which means it's even easier to use this board. And there's like the gap between the initial XYZ and like something like a Nomad, which is, I mean, what I have, and one of our more expensive keyboards. The gap is closing, guys. Come on. I mean, today's the day to cop. Sheldon on TikTok. Imagine you guys just send me a free keyboard. You know what? Sometimes I send Mike a message like that. I'm like, imagine. But I'm not Mike. Sorry. You gotta buy them. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. I'm excited for. Oh, I love how you were like, I'm excited for the giveaway just to stir things up, and then you were like, no, I know what this is. It's not. Wish you had one of those low key from Luke on YouTube. Oh, hi, Takedo. You know what? You can have one. I'll tell you how. The low price of $89. Because let's think critically here, guys. Let's think critically. It's a nice, sleek, beautiful keyboard. The typing experience, from what I've heard, I have not received one yet to build, but that stream is coming. The typing experience is very good. Very good. The ortholinear means that it goes with your natural, like, hand movement. So it's very, 90 is very okay. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? We have some sense in the chat. We have someone in the chat that's like, Majid Husami, hi, are you the UX designer? I am! I forgot to reintroduce myself. I've been doing this for a minute and we have a lot of new people. Hi everybody, my name is Reema. I am a UX designer. I am also a student. So, I understand the plight of not always having, like, knob one money. I understand that plight. Even though I want one so bad. But right now, we're giving XYZ money, but that doesn't mean you have to compromise on even, like, pretty much anything, honestly. The only thing is that this has no screen, but, I mean, everything else is so high quality and so good. And it's beautiful, and it's easy to program because officially input compatible. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I'm just, like, I took a little bit of a break. I took a couple of weeks off, like a few weeks off, and I came back and there were so many updates. Like, Mike was having to tell me, like, okay, don't forget this, and this, and this, and this, and this. So if you guys want updates, I have a list of updates to give to the people, to give to the class, which we will get into in a moment. Yeah, come on. Gorgeous, sleek, and affordable. Was I answering someone's question earlier? Oh yeah, I was trying to get Harmonizer Photography to realize that the other two options that they had, subpar compared to ours. First of all, price. Win. But second of all, price for this quality, double win. And also everything I said earlier about input, like 5 times. And also everything I said about it being ergonomic. That's the word I was forgetting. Sorry, guys. More ergonomic because it's ortholinear. If you're a PC gamer, also that's better for, like, ortholinear boards are better for gaming. So, win. The Ruler says on TikTok, I paid more for single titanium custom keycaps. You know what, D? I understand how expensive keycaps can be sometimes, especially when they're titanium custom ones. Damn. Admin Hello World on Instagram. I see a hashtag, and I'm assuming you tried to drop an order number, but I don't see any numbers. So, you'll have to, like, I don't know, type it in manually or type it in again, because I'm just seeing a bare hashtag in the chat. Did I miss anything? we were yapping about input, and then Dave was giving his input on input, and then we were talking to Will, and then we were talking to, Omar Yaqubi. Hello, thank you for your tips. You're welcome. I don't remember giving tips, but you're welcome. Oh yeah, the name of the game is if you drop your order number in the chat from a previous order that you've already made that has not shipped, you get a little free gift. And if you order order on live, then you get to choose what that free gift is. So, talk about a win. Talk about a win. We can also, like, if you guys have questions about other things, I mean, I'm very jazzed about the R2. But there's also the Nomad E2. I have the Nomad E. We can talk about that. We have, I think, a couple of units left in the ISOs. But there's also the Knob 1. This is giving old school Apple, but like a million times better, and I'm not even underselling that. I will say though, we have a lot of people who speak English that come to these, obviously, because I mean I'm yapping at you in English. And we're running low on the English boards. People are selling them out very fast. So if you want a Knob 1, I would say, and you're like mulling it over, I would say get one ASAP, because we only have 4 units left apparently and that was from 10:30 in the morning. We might have less. But as of like 10:30 in the morning, we only had 4 US knobs left, and we have no guarantee that they will be back in stock. Just so you guys know. We also have like other ISO layouts like UK, French, German, Nordic, Italian, Spanish, and then English US, of course. If we did do a second batch, though, I can't say anything, it wouldn't be for a while. So you'd have to be waiting a lot. And we've already been waiting so long for the Knob 1 that I would understand if you just wanted to, like, jump on it. But if you ordered an ISO knob, they're shipping end of this month. So you can get yours soon. Oh, she's such a beauty. She's so, like, sleek and elegant. And I like how understated she is. I feel like where this is, like, this is also very, like, sleek and beautiful, but where this is giving, like, modern techie, you know? This is giving, like, tech fundamentalist. You know what I mean? Check it out. Come on. So, I mean, when? I really like the key set, honestly. I really do think it's very beautiful. I like that it, like, doesn't concave in. It, like, convexes out. Look at me using that, like, 7th grade knowledge. Concave and convex. I also love the colorway. I wonder who thought of the colorway. I think it was probably Ben. But, so this is actually a collaboration, if you guys didn't know. This is a collab with, one of our friends at Work Louder. Of Work Louder, Ben Frick. Or Frank? I think it's Frick. Ben Frick. Sorry, sir. And then we kind of just made his idea come to life. And we spent a lot of time fine-tuning it. And I think it's really worth it, to be honest. K-Bum on TikTok. Love the keyboard, but the prices seem too high for me. You know what? I have the solution for you. So we do have more pricey keyboards like the Knob 1, but we also have the XYZ workboard, which is quite literally the whole idea behind it was to make it accessible in price while still really high in quality. So you could get this one either pre-built or, you know, expanded. So you have the pre-built version. But the Lego version, like the build it yourself, is only $89. Like, come on. Talk about a win. If you have any questions about that, like, tell me. Also, by the way, you guys can ask me, like, what works best for what. I can give you my honest opinion. I tell no lies. This is my daily driver for a reason, and I have spent my own money purchasing more work louder things because I enjoy them. Like, I bought my own Framer Micro. I'm a supporter of this brand. Do you happen to know the type of keycaps on the Knob 1? I would love to replace them with other colors down the road. The types of keycaps. Do you mean like the types of... I mean, we just have a custom Knob 1 set that we've made. So this is the Knob Sans set that we have. So honestly, I might... Oh, what did... Sorry, I got distracted by something. So honestly, I might cop and I might swap out my keys for those keys, but I don't know how I would set it up. You know what? If you guys launch the keyboard before I buy this shit Logitech over and over again, I'll buy it right away. You know what? I also was victim to I'm still kind of victim to Logitech, low-key. But the second that Mike decides that that mouses are what's next on the list, you better believe I'm not going to be. Anyway, that being said, that's not a promise, by the way. That's just me hopelessly, like, yearning for a work louder mouse, but we'll see if it ever happens. Anyway, I also was a victim to a Logitech keyboard, and I would like to say I understand your pain. And I think that, given that my Logitech keyboard was not broken when I replaced it with the Nomad, best decision I ever made. Because work louder products are just better. Simple. Can't do the upright mouse. You don't like upright mouses? You don't like them? I have a vertical mouse. I don't have a regular mouse. Because, like I said, carpal tunnel. Killing me. I spent way too many nights studying anatomy like this, like with my elbow on the desk and not knowing what ergonomics could do for me to change my life. And so I just suffered for like 3 years of pre-med. Just studying endlessly into the night with sore elbows and forearms. Anywho's it's... What was I saying? You're stuck with your... Oh, okay, K-Bum on TikTok. You're already stuck with your Logitech. I'm confused. Do you mean like you launch it before you buy... Okay, did you already buy it or not? Because if not, I mean, this is already... We're already making them. You can pre-order. It'll be a little Christmas gift for yourself. It's compatible with input. You get a fun afternoon out of it. Low price of $89. And you can also swap out the knobs. Like, you can swap out... This is... I mean, it's soldered, so it's not completely hot swappable, but you can swap out the keycaps, which is nice. Love that. Someone earlier was talking about the Figma Creator Micro, and I'd like to raise you the Framer Creator Micro. Like, come on. Isn't she gorgeous? Like, you can get the base model, which is like wired. And you know what? I have heard this be compared. Someone said that it was like, you can set up the LEDs to kind of give that Apple Intelligence effect. You know how it has like the halo, the moving halo, and I really love that effect. I, however, love to move around my house. I like to sit in one place and then sit in another place and also go back to my standing desk and then blah, 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 back and forth. And so I prefer the wireless. I paid a little extra penny to get that. I got clicky switches and I got an extra dial as well. And I'm very excited to put this shit together. Well, I not put it together, but swap out the little knob and do a little unboxing for you guys when it gets here. These did get delayed. Just by a month in terms of delivery. Let me just... There we go. These did get delayed by 1 month. For in terms of shipping. But end of October is still pretty good. I mean, you can still pre-order. This needs to get updated. So they're shipping end of October now. But isn't she gorgeous? You have a little dial like on the XYZ, which it's the same knob, I think, as the XYZ. Hi, says Monday's Challenge on Instagram. Hello, how are you? It also has this little joystick. So there's already a bunch of functionality in that, and I use Reema for my personal portfolio. So given that I would be using it quite often, I think that I like it a lot. And my favorite part about this, if you're looking to like dip your toe into, I guess, the work ladder sphere, our micros are kind of the way to do it, in my opinion, if you want to do it up right. It has contextual presets, the first thing that we've released that does, and I'm so jazzed about it. So if I'm in Final Cut Pro making a video, as I sometimes do, it will just know that I'm there. It will understand, and the layer will be for my Final Cut Pro work. And then if I swap into Figma, as is, my bread and butter, given that it puts money in my bank account, being a designer and whatnot, it will just automatically swap. I don't have to go into input and change layers, or I don't have to go on my keyboard and change layers. I don't have to do nothing. It's quite nice. Yeah. It's so gorgeous. We even have a little, if you're like mulling over which one's right for you, we even have a table. And we have many FAQ sections. Upside is that this is really easy to program with input. Downside, well, is it a downside? In my opinion, it's not. Downside is that it's not QMK compatible, but I think that's an upside because input's way easier to use. And I should know. I helped make it easier to use. I did the UX research, and then we implemented a bunch of insights from you guys about what would make this a better experience. This is a new version of the keyboard that I currently have. I have the Nomad E version 1. This is the NE2. And the NE2 is Gorgina. The NE2 is lovely. I've seen these with some knob sans keys. Excuse me. I've seen these with some knob sans keys on them, and they look fire. But these new keycaps, they're injection molded. They're brand new. And they're so sick. But you see her, I dream of her. Hang on, let me just check one thing. There we go. Sorry, I just had to write a note really quickly. For anyone who's new here, it's been a minute. Hi, I'm Reema. I'm a UX designer. Feel free to ask me anything in terms of UX design, in terms of keyboards, in terms of work ladder in general. I have some updates. If you want to know an update about something that you bought, let me know. If I have the answer, I'll tell you. If I don't, I will run up the flagpole and we'll get back to you. When? Yeah. In the meantime, we also have a little bit of a voila. If you're wondering what this is our live 3D printing stream of the XYZ workboards. So the frame on this, down here, this white part, is 3D printed. And we're actually making some for the R2s right now. If you can't believe it. That 3D printer is hard at work making orders, guys. I will be right back. I'm going to get some water. I've been yapping for quite some time. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. I'm back. With the promised water. I guess this happened right before I left. Eater MK1. What the fuck am I looking at? The keyboard, I'm assuming? I mean, if you're talking about me, just a girl. The keyboard is an XYZ workboard by Work Louder. I hope that answered your question. If you're talking about, however, the 3D printer, you were looking at a 3D printer printing the frame of this keyboard. Probably not the answer you're looking for, but whatever. We do what we must. We also sell accessories and also have a lot of support if you would like to know. Okay. Things I'm excited for. Let's just go over it. We have a bunch of like older things that we used to sell. Like I think the Creator Micro is, I've been getting lots of questions about the Creator Micro, specifically the Figma Creator Micro. We do not sell these anymore, as you know, labeled by the sold out, but we do have the updated Framer Micro, which I'm very excited for. It's input compatible, just like the Nomad 2, just like our new XYZ workboard. So if you're, you know, balling on a budget. Fusion on TikTok. Can't I just print it myself? You know what? We're actually working on an option where kind of how we have Lego style and pre-built right now. Eventually, hopefully, we're going to have an option where you could just be like, print myself, and you'll buy the PCB, you'll buy the necessary tools to put it all together. Anything that can't be 3D printed, basically, and then we'll charge you a fee for the STL file, like a small one. No idea what the hell that noise was. But then you'll be able to like buy the things that you can't 3D print, and then 3D print will send you the STL files, and then you can just hack at it yourself. And then at the end of the day, you can quite literally say you fully built everything. Except for the PCB, of course. But we'll send you like the knob, the PCB, and anything else you need, the keycaps. And then you can print it, and it'll be a vibe. But we're working on it. We are working on it. Def doing that option. I mean, you could, or you could get the Lego style kit now. It might not be for a while. That's the problem. And I can't, like, there's no guarantee. We're working on it, but there's no guarantee that it will happen, and that it will happen anytime soon. So if you want one, I would recommend just going for the Lego style kit, and then eventually, Jesus, that's kind of loud. If you hear a loud, like, sort of water running noise, I live in an old house. Anyways, just ignore it. So I would recommend, there's always going to be like, if that happens and we start releasing the STL files to buy, I mean, I've seen them tinkering with, like, glow-in-the-dark ones. I've seen them tinkering with different colors, different color options, colorways, things like that. So I would say maybe buy the Lego style kit, and then later on you can buy the STL file and then make a bunch of different frames for it. In a week I'll buy it, I think. You know what? Whatever floats your boat, brother. If you buy it live on stream, just try and get it on stream. You know what I mean? If you get anything live on stream, then you can get a free gift that you get to choose. But if you buy it off stream, you can always put your order number in the chat. Like, I've had a couple of people do today. And they still get a free gift, they just don't get to choose it. So we go by, like, kind of a tier system. Mike will decide, like, you know, what they get based on how much proportionally they spend. So, like, the bigger the order, the bigger the gift. That kind of thing. So, like, maybe if you got, you might get knobs, or you might get key sets. You never know. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. There are no dumb questions. Well, I'm not going to be... I've heard there are no dumb questions. I will not postulate on whether or not there really are dumb questions, but in terms of this stream, there are no dumb questions. I would love to hear anything you have to say. I know as someone who was very recently, and kind of still is, very new to keyboards and what all of that entails. Yeah. Sometimes it can be daunting, you know? You're like on the cusp of buying something, and you kind of wonder, what's the difference between this and everything else I've seen? And I mean, what is the point of these individual sessions that we have, these little show and tells, these ask me anythings, if we're not going to yap and answer questions? Also, this is a Nomad 1. Can we ship to an Asian country? Yes. We ship worldwide except for Russia. So if you don't live in Russia, if you live anywhere else in the world, if you can get mail, we can send it to you. That question is from Besta77 on Instagram. What are you thinking of buying, Besta? Are you thinking of getting an XYZ workboard? Maybe a Nomad E2? A knob, perhaps? Or a Creator Micro? Honestly, my ideal desk setup is either, depending on the day, the XYZ workboard or my Nomad, because I already have the Nomad. My ideal desk setup would be, obviously I need my vertical mouse to get my life right. My NE2, and then also having my little Framer Micro on the side, ideal for the design task. As a UX designer, I feel like that's clutch. I actually think when I get this, I will grow a third eye. I think there's nothing else that can happen. I will not be able to be stopped. I just will be that girl, simply. Cool Kid on Instagram. Hello there. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for dropping by. I love all the excuse me, usernames that I've been seeing. My username is just boring. My username is just my name. It used to be more fun, but then I got rid of it because I was like, I feel like maybe it's time. It's the one time I caved to like the maybe I should grow up pressure. I don't believe in growing up as a concept. I just believe in the concept of learning to be responsible. But the idea of like you can't do something because you're, too old. Boo! Tomato! Boo! I don't like it. I don't think it's real. And you can quote me on that. I think that's just the way that we box people in. Yeah. And besides, if everyone acted like a quote-unquote grown-up, you wouldn't get random dudes who find each other on the internet and decide to just start a business about a hardware business when they know nothing about hardware because it's their passion. Like, passions are not for adults, they're for inner child. You know what I mean? So yeah. You wouldn't have Work Ladder if it wasn't, if we were all such stiffs. And who wants to be stiff? I say not I. Not I. Alrighty. Shall I open Figma? Maybe I'll do a little bit of... Oh, why is my Bluetooth not connected? Sorry, occasionally my keyboard likes to be a little bit of a diva, but not very rarely, actually. Only when I need her not to be. She's like, you don't appreciate me enough. Which is, like, super annoying. Super annoying. Why? Okay, hello. This is just annoying. I'm gonna move this off to the side because I don't want to dox myself whilst I sign in. Also, we can do a typing test. We can always do that. I feel like people wonder what the Nomad sounds like. It sounds a little different than the NE2 and the newer stuff that we're putting out because we're doing custom, like everything custom. But these have the Nomad E1. We do have a couple left in stock. Have MX Gatoron switches, and so therefore it sounds like a so. Let me just open a new tab and just start typing. Oh. Install on next launch because I don't want to open anything new. Where did everyone go? How did that save? Open here. Put it back. And we're cooking with gas. We're gonna exit out of this because this is a passion project of mine. And we're actually going to make... This is actually the project that I made for Work Louder. This is, guys, top secret. Inner workings of Work Louder alert. I'm just kidding. It is not top secret, nor is it the inner workings of Work Louder. That's from November. But I think... I've never tried a lot of these things. But I have used Fig Jam. And I have used a design. But I haven't used Buzz or Make. I think we're just going to make a Fig Jam. Because I actually need to model some... I have to make a couple of flowcharts. So we're just going to get to work. And you guys, if you have any questions, let me know. It's actually... it's actually some schoolwork, unfortunately. So... Where is... messages? We're building a... Oh, whoops. Why can I not move this to the other side? I don't want to dox my messages. Hello? What? Oh no. Now my battery is low. I mean, we're not even using this. You know, so you don't have to see my camera shaking so much. You can just get a little 3D printer action. A little 3D printer action while we marinate on questions and while I plug in my computer. Because why not? Voila. Mr. Siddhartha95 on Instagram. Hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to put that here. What you doing here? Just scrolling through. Well, we are doing a number of things here, Kevin, on YouTube. So we're doing a little Ask Me Anything. Currently, I'm just trying to set up my Figma and do a little bit of work as well while I yap with you guys. We have people tuning in from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X. I'm not used to calling it X, honestly. But I'm just answering questions about any keyboards that our company makes. Yeah, like we have the XYZ workboard, which is a really fire-ass keyboard. It's an ortholinear 40% keyboard for only $89. So if anyone has any questions, whilst I make a couple of logic diagrams. I mean, we can always do that. Plus, I like to show people, how I do my work as I do some work. So what are we going to title this? Concept. So we're just gonna this is not my company. I'm a guest streamer actually on behalf of Work Louder. We make a bunch of keyboards. I can take you to the front page. We're very big on things being functional and enjoyable to use and actually doing the job that they need to do. So rather than getting a Logitech keyboard that kind of makes you hate your life, or getting a Magic keyboard that is admittedly very sleek and beautiful, but, is also very prone to give you carpal tunnel because of how thin that damn thing is. We have our own low-profile, gorgeous, functional, wonderful. I mean, I'm kind of glazing at this point, but I mean, I kind of like, this is my bread and butter, I think that they get the job done better than anything else. We also have our own bespoke app this is how I got involved with Work Louder. I'm a UX designer. So hi everyone, I'm Reema. I'll show you my face for a moment. I'm Reema. I'm a UX designer. I'm also a university student. So I understand not always having the budget for a Nomad. Maybe you have the budget for an XYZ though. But we're here to make things accessible and easy for you and give you the right tool for the job. And Input makes everything easier because now everything that we sell is Input compatible. So it's our no-code keyboard configurator where you can make profiles, you can make your own macros and like shortcuts and whatnot for any app that you use. You can have many, many layers. Our R2 XYZ is also like very affordable. And it is now officially Input compatible. Come on. Jackson Portman on Instagram. Bro. Yes. So to answer your question, Kevin, on YouTube, this is not my company. I'm just a collaborator. I'm just a guest collaborator, with them. But I say our company because it feels like, Also, it makes it, it's less confusing that way. If I was to say their company, what am I going to do? Come on. It's an us, not a us and them. But, face cam off, 3D print on. Hello. Hi there. It's Banu 2010. People say hi and I feel like I say hi sometimes, but I never expect people to say hi back and say my full name, but I mean, given that there's probably not a ton of people here, I go by full name. I say it out loud. Nice, I like that you're doing this for them. We all need UX design. I am a big proponent of UX design, personally, not just because it is my livelihood, but because it is also very neglected, I find. Have you ever used any app? And it's just like there's something about it that's not right. Or maybe you've used mainstream apps that just suck. And you know what doesn't suck? Input. You wanna know why? Because they care about the design. They care about the UX of it all. They care about getting feedback from people. So I did 20 plus hours, 22 hours of just interviews with you guys, where I just asked you, what do you want? What would make this better? How can we make it tailored to your workflow? How does your job impact the things that you choose to buy or the places you want to spend your time? And we wanted to avoid being one of those things that was a software that's inevitable but ass. Do you know what I mean? You bought something and now you have to use their software. It's not fun to be in that position where you have to use a software that is garbage. So our software is not garbage. It's very good. Alvin, Private 42. I got a keyboard and I'm really happy with it. Should I just go and opt for the framer? You know what? I think that's actually a really good idea. I always tell people if they're not really willing to buy a whole new keyboard, maybe they want to just dip their toe in, I think going for the Framer Micro, like a macro pad on the side, is a really good way to like still get a lot of functionality added to your routine, added to your workflow, without having to completely swap out for your whole keyboard. I myself had a different keyboard that wasn't even broken, but I didn't like it, and I swapped out for my Nomad. I really enjoy it a lot. And I'm of the opinion that if you don't like it, you should swap, but you say that you're really happy with yours. So in that case, yeah, why not? We have the Pro version, and we also have the base model. The main difference is like wired versus wireless. I've heard that this can go months without charging, which is very good for me, personally. A on TikTok. Oh my god, A like from Pretty Little Liars. Stay away from me. I'm just kidding. When are you guys planning to drop a new round of the creator board? So, the creator boards are no moss. The creator boards are no more. We have instead pivoted the creator line into the XYZ line. So, what had happened was, way back yonder, when we had the creator board, we had some leftover PCBs after everything had sold out. And then once everything had sold out, we had also put out other things, and I know, but bear with me. I have some other options for you if you were looking to get the creator board. I have other options. Trust. All I ask is for a moment of your time. We had some extra PCBs, and we also had people asking for an affordable or a more affordable keyboard that was a little bit more accessible to more people in different places, especially right now given the state of the economy. And so instead of creating a bunch of e-waste with our extra PCBs, Mike and Matteo were like, why don't we just 3D print a frame, use the PCBs, give them a key set, and keep it pushing. And that's how the workboard was born, the XYZ workboard, for only $89. And this version, same great price, still compatible with input. The first version we dropped, that first 10 batch, was via QMK, but now it is no more. If you, however, want more knobs and dials and buttons, then this one, I would recommend the Nomad, the NE2. Not the same, but I would say very, very good nonetheless. I have one, and so I'm speaking from experience. It's very good. It's very sleek, it's low profile, it's lovely, it's gorgeous. I don't have, the RGB is on, but I have it low right now because it's daytime. The Pretty Plastic People on Instagram, do you guys ship to Australia? Yes, we do. We ship internationally, except to Russia. But look at that. Sun is shining down on it. This is a sign. This is favoritism. Do we have prices listed in AUD? We do not. I don't think so, no. Sorry. We only have prices listed in USD. Julian, oh my god, hi! It's been so long. You've been torn between the knob and the XYZ at the moment. Okay. Let's work through it. Let's get into it. What about each one do you like? Tell me your predicament, and we'll get through to it. How about we, you know what, guys? Everyone in the chat, we will hear from what they want, and then from there, we will help them decide on which one they should get. If it's purely a price thing, the XYZ wins. If it is shipping, then I guess the knob wins because it's shipping right now, but there's only a few units left, so. Do you ship to Pakistan? Do you ship worldwide to the Middle East? What is cheapest? I'm getting a lot of questions. Damn. We do ship worldwide. We ship to Pakistan. We ship to the Middle East. We do. If you can get mail, we can send you a keyboard. Trust. The only exception to that rule is Russia, unfortunately. But if you live in Pakistan or anywhere else, like anywhere in the Middle East, yeah, we can get to you. The motto is, if you can get mail, you can do it. Fusion says, what is the cheapest? Oh, wait, I skipped a question way back. Sorry. I'll return to the top question. I'll return to that question, Fusion. Someone says, whoa, that looks great. PJ on TikTok, that looks great. Low profile or full-size keys? It's low profile. So, I actually have... This is the version 2. So it looks a little bit cooler than mine, guys. It does. The keys are slightly different. At least keycaps are slightly different. But this is what it's giving. What am I doing? I have a full screen right here. I can do this. Check that out. It's pretty low profile. She's gorgeous. Come on. Also, the bump, the riser on the back is detachable, magnetic, and it's a ruler. And as someone who is studying in engineering, occasionally I need to be a normie and pop out a ruler. And you know what? This has actually been useful. But low profile, gorgeous. Anyway. The Pretty Plastic People, how long does shipping to Australia take? I'm not actually certain. It varies depending on, how big your order is, the region, that sort of thing. I would say it tells you during checkout, it gives you an estimate on how long it'll take to get to you. Sorry, I couldn't answer that better. And you're welcome for the answers. A says don't lie, you can't send to Iran as well, says Sad Gemin? Sage Gemin? I don't know. We ship everywhere except for Russia. That's it. That's the only one that we don't ship to. We ship everywhere else. If you can get mail, we can send you a keyboard. So don't call me a liar, sir. A says, I'm looking for the best typing experience with a small size factors. Both keyboards look insanely nice. You know what? You're so right. Okay, so typing experience, small keyboard. Depending on how small you want it. Like the XYZ is a 40%, so it's very petite, very cute. Julian, I'm excited to know that I'll receive my knob 1 in 2 to 3 weeks. Dude, so gassed for you. That's so sick. Dude, the knob ones are so sick. Anyway, this is a 40% keyboard. For some people, they think that's too small. I think it's a good size. But, you always get... This is input compatible. Both of them are input compatible. 40% or 60% max. Okay, great. So the knob one is a 60, I think. And this one's a 40. So you're winning. Either way. I'd say, from what I've heard, the typing experience is... Oh, and to answer Fusion's question, what's the cheapest keyboard? It is the XYZ workboard. So we're going to do a rundown of both of them. And then we're going to go into the software right after. Does that sound good? Good, chat? Love. Cake W says, on Instagram, says, do you ship to Thailand as well? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Pixel Chaos. I've been itching for this board for such a long time. It's such a vibe. I would say get it while the going's good, because we never know how many batches we're going to be able to make. We never know. Yeah. Typing experience. I've heard this is very good. I've heard type tests on it. I haven't gotten my hands on one myself yet. That's still loading, and I will be building it for you eventually. And then I can give you a more cohesive review of it. But the typing experience is very smooth from what I've heard. It's also a different switches than the one I have in my Nomad. I have MX gate-around switches. This is MS switches. Not hot swappable. None of ours I don't think are hot swappable. However, the knob one, she's gorgeous. She's slim and sleek and a beautiful 60% keyboard. Like, come on. Plus, she has what the XYZ does not, and a little display. So if we're talking about typing experience, I've heard that this is very, very, very good. But all the typing experiences, I mean, like, given that we sell keyboards, we try to make all typing experiences equal. However, they are not identical. We try to do our best. This one, however, has, I believe, oh, wait, this one is hot swappable. Hot swap MX switches. That might give you a leg up if you want to, completely swap out everything in it. So, I've heard that this is absolutely insane, though. I mean, Mike told me that this one was insane, that because he tests everything himself, he uses it as his daily driver to test it. And I've heard that this is very, very, very good. But then again, I mean, how can I tell you which one is, very good and very, very, very good, and like not. I mean, they're all amazing, Nice stream, gotta go. Thanks. Bye, Kevin. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that you had fun. I think, based on the reviews I've heard, it sounds to me like the Knob 1 has a better typing experience. Like, everything about it was curated to just feel and look great. It's so, like, milky smooth. It sounds amazing. And the keys it's giving old school Apple. Like, come on. Gorge. Plus, this screen can do everything my Nomad can do. It's gorgeous. It can function as a Pomodoro timer. You can use it to listen to your music and, like, swap your media as it's going. Like, you don't have to open the app and do so on and so forth. Question from PJ says, do you have any model with FN keys? The knob, as you can see right here. Wow. How perfect was that? So the only model that we have right now with a function row is the Knob 1. So I know some people really need their FN keys, their function keys. So this is it. As you can see from Julian in the chat on Instagram, very excited to get his knob. You should join our Discord. Some people are already, receiving their knobs. So, you can ask them directly for sound tests. What's it like? You know what I mean? You can ask them directly. Dizud Manny. I'm a poor graphic design student. Are there student discounts? I feel you, brother. I myself am a UX design student. I'm a UX designer as well. Thank God I can work while I'm in school, but it doesn't mean the budget is baller level. I'm balling on a budget for sure. And if you are wondering we don't have any student discounts, but we do have the XYZ workboard. So, just to recap for a second ago, on TikTok, if you're looking for the best typing experience, I would say the Knob 1 probably has the better typing experience. Just because, I mean, let's say you want to change anything about it. I mean, it's fully hot swappable. And I've heard that it's already 1000x more amazing than anything else other people have used. So, Nickaroo, that's not a real order number. So, maybe don't be trolling in the chat. Did I miss any? Yeah, back to, no worries, I'm glad I answered your question. Back to, also, by the way, the name of the game is this. If you drop your order number in the chat, and it's a real order number, because I can tell, because I do know how many we've sold. If you drop an order number in the chat, you'll get a free gift. And if you order on live, you get to choose what the free gift is. Now, back to Manny, wondering about the XYZ workboard. It's $89. We don't have a student discount, but I would say if you're this is the student discount equivalent. So it's an ortholinear keyboard, 40%. You can completely program every single thing about this. It's fully programmable. You can program this knob. It's clickable and it's a scroll knob, so that's really nice. And you get a fun afternoon out of it. It's also fully compatible with input, which, like I promised, we will go through right now. I'm glad you're considering it. So, I showed this earlier, but this is the layout for my... I can't make it any smaller, unfortunately, but literal nipple, I'm sold. I'm glad that that's what sold you. You can get it pre-built if you don't want to build it, but I mean, save an extra, couple dollars, and you get a fun afternoon out of it. Like, come on, talk about a win. But anyway, this is the look. This is what it looks like. You have your displayed, keyboard. You can move it around, which is really nice because I need to move it around to show you guys. Did I miss someone's question? Khalil Crit on Instagram is shipping worldwide, by the way. We do everything everywhere, except for Russia. So, if you live anywhere else in the world, if you can get mail, then yeah, we can ship it to you. A on TikTok says, when you say we can choose a gift, would that also mean a work MX Legend key set for the XYZ work board, as an example? That one is... I mean, you can definitely ask for it, and I will note it down, and then I will tell Mike about it. But I don't know where the line ends for... Because, this is $89, and the Work Legend key set is, more than half of that. So, I'm not going to say a definitive yes. But you can always say it, and who knows? I mean, shoot your shot. And who knows? I mean, these are the rules I was told. Who knows? You'll never know if you don't try. But you can give me an option A and an option B. You know what I mean? Your option A might be the Legend key set, and then the option B might be if that's not allowed, I'll take a knob. Or if that's not allowed, I'll take an eye candy keycap or something like that. We could try that. Also, my eye candy keycap is shipping. And I will be adding it to the corner of my Nomad. I'm very excited about that. Manny, if you're so sold, purchase and drop an order number in the chat, and then you can choose an extra gift. Come on, maybe a key set. I mean, maybe you should be on the same thing as A on TikTok and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot my shot for a key set. Anyway. So as you can see, I have a bunch of things. This is my typing layer for when I'm just doing regular report writing versus my Figma layer, which has a bunch of other things on it. But we're just going to go through the typing layer. This one doesn't have an FN row, function row. So instead I have 1/F1. I never use any sort of function keys myself, so it doesn't really matter to me. But just to demonstrate, I can click on this and... We have basics, so you can just remap it yourself. If I want this to be an A, not a Q, I can do that. However, I should put that back because I actually want my Q there. I'll scroll through the shop in a minute. I'm doing big business right now. You know what? Kudos for you, brother. I understand. Sometimes you just need you need to be on Instagram in the background, but you're doing some big shit. You know what I mean? You're doing big business. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you can just regular remap everything, which I don't know if I would do personally, but you can also have simple actions like a copy or a paste or, I have all these actions already. Or you can have multi-actions. So here's a good example of multi-actions. On these buttons right here, so I'll show you. Full screen. On these buttons right here and all these knobs, you can program it to do varying things based on how many times you want to click on that shit. So one of mine is docs, for when I'm in a document and I need to really quickly edit something. I don't want to highlight the whole damn thing and then go right click, italic, underline. No, I'm not doing that. I'll highlight it, whatever, triple click, and then I will one tap bold it, double tap italic, underline, or strike through really quickly. What's a Con on Instagram says, can I ask about my order? How does it stand? Because I ordered in July with the first wave. I would like to ask, as a follow-up, what did you order? Did you order something that was pre-order, or did you order something that was already shipping? Because that makes a big difference. Bulky AM on TikTok. Guys, are supposed to be shipped in August. What's happening? What are you talking about? Guys, if you have specific questions about things, like a specific product, like a Nomad or a Knob or an XYZ, please let me know what you're talking about. Because otherwise I won't be able to know. The XYZ keyboard. So, we have different batches that are shipping at different times, obviously. Like, some of them we're printing today for our next batch. But the ones that we're supposed to ship in August, you can always check your order update. Okay, both of you are wondering about the XYZ. When you ordered it in July with that first wave, it was pre-order. And those first waves ship late August. So maybe a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, they shipped. And then it takes 2 weeks to a month, depending on where you live in the world. It might take a little longer for some people. It might be a little shorter for some people. Like, it took 2 weeks to get to my house, and I live just one city over from them. You know what I mean? Like, I live a 2-hour drive from... I could have just picked it up, honestly, but I didn't have the time, so I ordered. So when I got this, it took like 2.5 weeks or something to get to my house, and I live 2 hours away. So, shipping is not always the easiest or the best, but we have shipped it out to you, and we have insured every single package so they don't break. And if they come to you any sort of dinged up or whatever, let us know, and we will go to bat with Canada Post for you. Or UPS, whatever we use. I don't really know what we use, because I'm not the one that deals with shipping. Yeah. But you can always, if you want like a specific update on your order with your order number, excuse me, I hiccuped. If you want a specific update on your order, you can always email us or DM us on Instagram with your order number and say, hey, why haven't I gotten this yet? It's kind of, that sort of thing. I don't have it in front of me, so I can't see. But if you DM us, Mike, one of our founders, answers that himself. So you'll be able to get a much better answer than this general one. Glad to have answered that question for you. Yeah. So anyway, save and exit. It's very easy to use input, like I was saying. You have a button. When it's highlighted, you know that you're editing it. And then when you save and exit, it will let you know by saying layout updated. And then I click this. And then it will say layout updated. So you select which one you want to do. So this is copy paste / and then I want to update it. So I click on that, and then it goes copy paste / Love. How do we feel? I have to update this. You can also, something I really like, the knob will have this as well, but you have the regular time widget, like clock, and then you have wallpaper, which you can make yourself. I'm still making mine. I just don't have the time. You have a Pomodoro timer. You have Nomi, the Kebagachi. I would die for Nomi. She's so adorable. She's like the little spirit that lives in the keyboard. Think of her like that. And then she's also a word per minute counter. So if you type faster than 60 WPMs, she'll grow legs and start running. It's very cute. And then we also have a media player, which I use when I'm studying. I don't want to like go and open another, because I minimize all apps that I'm not using to study. So I go back and forth. I think I'm going to call it for the day. If anyone wants to drop their order number in the chat, please do. You'll get a free gift. And if you order live, you'll get the free gift of your choice. But I think I'm going to head out because it's lunchtime and I'm starving and I didn't eat any breakfast. Going once. Going twice. I didn't even get to open my damn Figma. That's okay, guys. I don't mind. I love yapping with you guys. But yeah. will you be live again next week? I will be. I actually will be. I'm going to go and book a new one. You know what? I'll book a new one right now. I'm busy Monday night, and Tuesday I have class, and Wednesday I have class, and Thursday I'm busy, and Friday I'm also busy. What do I have in my calendar? When am I going to be back next? Probably next weekend. Yeah, probably next weekend. Maybe Friday night, but I don't want to be doing... I don't want to be taking up people's time on Friday night. Do you know what I mean? Like, people want to be out on Friday night, so maybe like a Sunday afternoon thing again. So, Mark Vons says, what is the free gift? It depends. If you order ahead of time and then like come on and give us an order number, it's a surprise. If you're on live while you order, you get to choose. Do you like anime? Hell yeah, I like anime. Anyway, bye y'all. I'll see you next week. I do not have the power to send free keyboards, I'm sorry. But I hope to see you next week. We might do another giveaway. So keep an eye on the Instagram or TikTok or wherever you are for whenever we go live. It might be me, it might be Mike. And when Mike goes live, he does giveaways. So, bye everybody. Have a lovely Sunday.